This message is brought to you by Apple Card, Shave Ice by the beach, a trip to the state fair, and a throwback flick at the local drive-in. They're more than just items to check off the summer bucket list. They're also opportunities to earn 2% daily cash back when you use your Apple Card with Apple Pay. Apply for Apple Card now and use in minutes with Apple Pay. Subject to credit approval. Apple Card is issued by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, Salt Lake City branch. Terms and more at applecard.com.
Propel Fitness Water. With Gatorade electrolytes, zero sugar, and vitamins, Propel hydrates better than water to help you get the most out of your workout and get back to your best self. What propels you? Propel with Gatorade electrolytes.
The new LinkedIn Hiring Pro can't undo your last hire. The human postponer. They were the master of one phrase. I'll circle back on that. But 3 months later, you were the one doing all their work and wondering how big that circle is. But LinkedIn Hiring Pro can take the hiring load off your plate by automating the hiring busy work from the initial job post to scheduling interviews. Hire right the first time with LinkedIn Hiring Pro. Post a free job today at linkedin.com/quality.
From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to Coach Unplugged. And now, your host, Steve Collins.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Coach Unplugged. We're so excited you decided to join us. Make sure you go over and leave those 5-star reviews. If you like this, go over and listen to our other podcasts like the 5-Minute Basketball Coaching Podcast or High School Hoops or Funnel Down Defense or Coaching Youth Hoops or whatever one of the 7 in our network that you would like to listen to. But before we jump in, I'd like to give a big shout out to our 2 sponsors. First of all, Dr. Dish, the #1 shooting machine on the market. They are always, what I love about Dr. Dish is they're always innovating. They're always making that a little bit better. And that's why I think they're the best machine out there. Like I've said before, we own 3 of them, and I would not be talking about them every day if I did not believe in them. Mention Coach Unplugged, they'll give you $450 off, and they'll give you A1 customer service. And then also what helps keep the lights on, what helps keep everything moving is teachhoops.com. It's for coaches who want to get better. It is a one-stop shop by a basketball coach for a basketball coach. I'm always working with my team 365 days a year, working on making us better. And I want to do the same thing for you. I'm giving you resources, one-on-one calls, office hours, a roadmap per se that will help you become a better coach. And we offer a 14-day free trial because I believe you should come in and kick the tires around and see if it's right for you. If it's not, that's fine. But I guarantee that you're going to love it. All right, let's head off to the podcast.
High school game. That's what we want. We want 75 of them bad boys. So a normal high school game is going to have around 50.
Right.
We're trying to speed the thing up. And so we're playing a numbers game, and then we're teaching concepts. Share.
And there's 2 theories on that. Here's the math teacher in me. You probably figure you're more – it's a law of large numbers. You think you're better probably than most teams you play. So more possessions probably add up to better for you. And you're used to that, and you're used to that style. So let's do a counter. So I'm playing you. Do you have a shot clock in your state?
We don't. Boy, I wish we did. No. We would love that shot clock.
Okay, so I'm playing you, and I'm even with you. I'm not going to let you do that. I'm going to come down. What are you going to do when I'm taking 30, 40 seconds off the clock?
Yeah, so at that point, we've got to decide what best fits us. Is it half-court run and jump?
Okay.
Is it half-court trap? Is it three-quarter court trap? We're going to do something to keep the game fast, even if that means we might give you an easy look, but we might take it from you.
Right.
So I'm not sold out to Grinnell that we're just going to turn around. And if you make a full-speed layup, you make a full-speed layup.
Right.
But we still got the defensive side of it as well. And we've had that happen in the past. People say that all the time. Well, what do you do when there's – well, here's the thing. This year, I wasn't as good as anybody.
Right.
I started 2 7th graders, an 8th grader, a 9th grader, and a 10th grader. That's what we started. We played a full varsity schedule.
Right.
So my leading scorer was a 12-year-old, just turned 13 in the season. Like literally is pulling teeth out on game day. I'm like, what are you doing? You've got a tooth pulled. She's lost a tooth. Who does that? Now, the kid is she's uber talented. I mean,
Right.
She's one of the top 7th graders in the state of Tennessee. But, what we did this year was different. So we took this system of we're going to play fast. And, as you said earlier, Steve, there's a flip side of that coin. Okay, well, here was the flip for us. We're so young. If we shoot it fast, we won't turn it over.
Right. And,
so there's
and the
that.
thing is,
there's that
that's true. It's the law of large numbers. It's like, I remember watching some freshman girls. No, it was middle school girls game, like my 3rd year coaching. And I was watching what they were doing. And then I went up to the coach, who was a friend afterwards. He goes, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Well, I tell them to shoot it as fast as they can because they'll turn it over if they don't do that." I go, "Okay, that makes
now,
sense."
granted, I'm being a little bit facetious with that because,
Right.
I mean, if you're going to play 75 possessions, there has to be some quantitative thoughts by your kids. Number one for us, 10-2. 10 is 2. So if we're down 10, we're down 2. If we're up 10, we're up 2 because we're going to we want the game to possessions. So we have to keep those thoughts in mind. And then, paramount to this is value the basketball. We have to value the ball. We do not turn the ball over. And I'm so proud of that. At Riverdale, in our 3 years there, the most turnovers we averaged in any game, in any season, was 10.2. Now, that is playing at stupid speed. We were the number 1 scoring team in the state of Tennessee 3 years in a row. And we did that by valuing the ball. Now, we might take it from you. We're going to be aggressive defensively. We might, if we can take it from you 15 to 18 times and we're only giving it up 10 on an average, there were many times at the end of the season where our turnovers were going to be 5 or less for a game of 75 possessions. Now, in girls' game, you're going to get 12, 13 extra times. Now, if I've taught you the correct shot, what's a Lakeway shot? What's a Riverdale shot?
Right.
And as long as we're taking those shots, we feel like we got an advantage.
Yeah, I mean, you and I are the same. You ask any one of my players, and what will get you pulled as fast as anything is not respecting the basketball. I mean, turnovers drive me bonkers.
I totally get it, Stephen. But now, likewise, the first 45, 50 minutes of every practice are devoted to those things.
Right.
Ball handling, dribbling, playing at a fast pace, turnovers. We're charting that. We're charting that at practice. And I think, that's really been the thing is how we do it. And again, I am no genius. I'm probably the least smart. I don't even know how in the world I got a master's degree. But my point is, everything that we've done, we've borrowed from somebody. And we kind of morphed it into this is who we are. Yep. And this is how we're going to do it. And our kids love it. They love it.
Yeah.
The first year at Riverdale, we set state records in 3-pointers made. 3-pointers made in the game in the state tournament. 3-point percent. We shot 40% from 3 for the season. But we didn't start this system because we felt like we were superior. When I was at Dyersburg, I was 5'6" to 5'8". A bunch of them really athletic. So our thought was, let's shoot it. Let's shoot 33s a game. Let's shoot it fast. Let's get long rebounds. And then let's give our kids some cheat codes to help them get to those rebounds. And so it was kind of here's what we got. We got 9 athletes that are all about the same. So let's get their shooting percentage to where it's right, and then let's play a numbers game. Now, when we took that to Riverdale, that really changed because now there was 7, 8 Division I kids out there doing it, and they loved it. So it was really fun style.
It's an easy style to sell, too. It is easier style to sell, I think. You probably have to play more kids.
Yeah, you can. We did it this summer with 7 because we had injury twice.
Right.
9 and 10 is the max number.
Right.
I think that's like the target number. And I only say that because, again, you're going to think I'm crazy when I say I don't run my kids. Our practices will get you in shape.
Right.
I don't want my legs dead at the end. So it's very it's very fundamental that I'm playing 10 kids through Christmas. Well, we're doing that to build depth. We're doing that to save legs. And then when we get to the tournament, that thing is chopped back to about 8, and it's 8 good ones.
Right. And the thing is, I tell young coaches, like, so if you get in early foul trouble, I'll pull you early in the season, because I'm trying to find my bench too. You know, it's like early in the season, I'll play more kids, because once tournament time comes around, I'm going to have my 7, 8, and then, you know, foul trouble things happen. But so how do you practice plan, Coach?
To the minute.
Okay.
To the minute. Everything is to the minute, and everything is fast. The first 45, 50 minutes of a practice are literally devoted to pass, catch, dribble, shoot, share, communicate. These things are going on nonstop, and it's one to the other. When I'm at practice, I don't use a whistle. I talk, and I talk fast.
Oh.
Everything we do is fast. I'm gonna just explain that. You know, once we got the drills taught, you know, we're sold out to the ecosystem, some Don Meyer stuff. You know, you're going to start repeating, but I may just walk up to the point guard and say, look, we're going 32-2. And boy, here we go, 32-2 guy. And then you're going to hear it flying all over the gym. You're going to see kids flying around. If we don't transition well between each drill, then that's going to be noted. So when I say I don't run our kids, I don't preseason run. I preseason skill set. But once we get to the season, I mean, we've got standards. And so, yeah, we don't call out running punishments. Look, man, we run 11s. And so, you know, if we feel like that we didn't make a standard, then we're going to run 11s to meet that standard, whatever that might be. If we were in a shooting drill and we fell 4 short, we got 4 11s.
And what are those? What are those?
We're on the line, 11 seconds on the clock, get to the other baseline and
back.
Whole team better. So, you know, but we never look at it as punishment. It's always, hey, look, this is going to give us a chance to be faster. So maybe we get an extra possession because of these. And so everything is built toward the positive twist or the positive side of our system. So our kids are killing it. They're trying to make 10s. They're trying to make 9s. And we'll chop it down to that.
Right.
And just see who can do that. So everything is competitive, but at the same time, you know, we're teaching fast. We're playing fast. We're coaching fast. And that's not to say that we're not going to stop, explain angles, that kind of stuff that we're trying to, you know, that's going to be fundamental to us. But, you know, it's a fun style. It's a fun practice. I can tell you that. None of our practices are ever 2 hours. A normal practice would have between 105 and 115 minutes on it. And the girls always say you can go in and add another 15 minutes in, Coach, because you know you're going to get into one of your tangents and you're going to start running your chops, and we're going to be here for a few. And they're probably right. But another thing that we think is fundamental to our program that's different than everybody else, we do not take kids out for mistakes. You do not get jerked if you do something wrong. We value the basketball. If my point guard throws it to her grandmother in the 3rd row, she's not getting taken out.
This message is brought to you by Apple Card. Shave ice by the beach. A trip to the state fair. And a throwback flick at the local drive-in. They're more than just items to check off the summer bucket list. They're also opportunities to earn 2% daily cash back when you use your Apple Card with Apple Pay. Apply for Apple Card now and use in minutes with Apple Pay. Subject to credit approval. Apple Card is issued by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, Salt Lake City branch. Terms and more at applecard.com.
Low energy, unfocused, foggy? You might be dehydrated. Gatorade Zero powders have been scientifically designed to help improve hydration balance in the body. With a clinically proven electrolyte blend and no artificial colors or flavors. Great tasting hydration no matter where you're going. Shop now online or at retailers nationwide. Gatorade, hydrates better than water. Is it in you? Symptoms noted are signs of mild to moderate dehydration. Consult a healthcare professional if symptoms persist.
Now, she knows when she gets back on that bench, we're going to discuss that. What in the world why are you trying to get Aunt Susie involved? What are you doing?
Right.
But we don't take kids out because we're trying to play so fast. I do not need their emotions anywhere but in our system. And so that's been something that's really been different. I know a lot of the assistants that I've brought on in the past, that's one of the first things they say, how do you do that? How can you, we don't belittle kids.
Right.
We just don't. No, that's fundamental to us. we're going to keep you in a positive frame of mind, and we're going to be intense doing it. And I think, you know, if I could give anything to a young coach, I would say this: be intense, but be positive. I think it's a gift.
It is.
It's a gift.
Hard. Yep.
It's why I hired Justin Combs, because he has that niche. It's why I hired Whitney Nichols. Whitney's a great player. Her dad runs one of the biggest AAU programs in East Tennessee. It's called the Tennessee Trotters. She is so intense but positive.
Right.
Like I tell her all the time, I'm a better coach because you're on my bench, Whit. You're reminding me of what I know is fundamental for us to be able to play fast. So, you know, mistake recovery, all those things become really important when you're trying to play fast. So, and Steve, you said it earlier, man, just value the ball.
Yeah. It's crazy. I love, Coach, that you don't use a whistle either. I've coached for 30 years, never used a whistle, because I want them to hear my voice. Like, you know, I want them to hear each other's voices. If they play through a whistle, they play through a whistle. I mean, whatever. I mean, I've never seen that really happen maybe in a couple big games, but
Right.
you know, I don't care about the whistle's the whistle. That's the ref blowing it. I want them to hear each other and to hear me. So if you could only do 3 things at practice, what would you do? Let's say I said you have practice and you can only do 3 things. What would those 3 things be?
We would spend 50 minutes on fundamentals every day. We do it every day anyway. I cannot leave that. And people, you know, they were so crazy when I went to Riverdale. What are you talking about? You do fundamentals? You've got those kids that they're going D1. I said, yeah. And she's the sloppiest passer on the planet. Get the ball in a passing pocket and snap it. I want the ball to spin backwards. I mean, these kids were looking at me like I was crazy day one. What do they mean? I'm not the greatest thing since sliced bread. What in the world?
Right.
No, your pass is awful. You don't value the ball.
Right.
So, you know, fundamentals would have to be there. Secondly, we would have to do all of our transition stuff, because that's what we're sold out to right now. This is our niche. So all of our 1-on-0, 2-on-0, 3-on-0, 4-on-0, 5-on-0 to 5-on-5, we would have to have that. Would have to be a piece of my day, and we would have to have half court breakdowns.
And do you do structured? Do you do a numbered break or structured break or not?
Man, if I told you, you'd start laughing. You go, what are you talking about, dude? Our break is all based around bigs and littles.
Okay.
And bigs are forwards and littles are guards, and we fill spots.
Okay.
And so it's not numbered. It's not a numbered thing, but there's a lot of things that have to go into play for our kids to be able to play fast. Like the bigs have got to know, okay, who's running rim on a make? Who's running rim? Who's taking the ball out? Because you got 1 second, and when you mess that up, when you come out, you're not going to be happy.
Right.
Because the first thing I'm going to say is, no, I'm not going to be able to play you as much because you're tired. You can't get the ball out in 1 second. Are y'all not talking to each other? Who's rim runner? Who's got the ball out? Okay, on a long rebound to a guard, who's running rim and who's trailing? Because we like to turn the ball with our big in transition. So we've got one running the rim, and the other is going to be our turner. Because we feel like we can get a good turn, most bigs are going to run paint. So, you know, everything's kind of situated like that. In year one, we teach it all as point guard break. That way everybody can get to their spots and we can figure out how to get to spacing as fast as we can.
Right.
And this year for me, I mean, I've literally at times I'll have 4 guards and a 6'4" on the floor.
Right.
So, you know, now we're getting to the point in year 2 with our transition game where, okay, where's Susie that's maybe not real fast? That ain't how we say it at practice, but that's how we'll say it right now.
Right.
So whoever's Susie's guarding is our rim runner.
Okay.
You know, she's going to be the rim runner now. You know, on a made basket, then we're going to let 6'4" run the rim because we want her to have first look, and she's going to get first look on the turn too. So we're trying to ISO her early in transition. So a lot of it, you know, starts happening that way, and it just morphs. Like right now, I literally put 3 point guards on the floor at the same time. All 3 of them play point on their AAU team this summer.
Okay.
So the ball doesn't have to touch what would be my one's hand. It could be in what you would number as a 3, but 3 is really a 1. We gone. So now we're filling, and we're throwing the ball forward to different types of players in space. Sometimes they're spot-up shooters. Sometimes they're playmakers. So it kind of morphs itself into being able to do that. But here's the thing, and Steve, you know, you forgot more than I know, but we are literally doing it every time. If that ball walks up the floor, you will die the next day. This is owned. Our legs are nowhere near. We walked it up the floor in the third quarter with 3 minutes to go. Have y'all lost your mind?
Right.
So it becomes a relentless thing. You're getting it every time.
And I think people can't press you.
No, nobody presses us.
No.
Nobody. Like last year, I told you, 2 7th, an 8th, a 9th, and a 10th. We had 2 teams that tried to press us. That turned into layup, 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 layup.
Right.
You're not going to press us. And it's just hard to. I mean, you're worried about 2 back, 3 back, or 2 back, half back.
Right.
Every possession. And that gave my young team the most problems last year because we were not physically strong enough in the half court to get the best shot, if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. Yeah. That's what I've noticed with my youngsters. It's not a skill-based thing. It's a strength. You know, it's a 14-year-old boy going against an 18-year-old boy or man is the difference.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's physically, there's so much change in those years. What do you think the hardest thing to teach is?
Man, you know, playing fast, the hardest thing to teach for us has been being able to press and be good at it. That's one reason I stopped the press side of that Grinnell, because I could not stand to watch a layup.
Right.
So I think the hardest thing, you know, is to teach your kids they have to value the defensive possessions. You gotta have some dog in you.
Thank you.
Dog in there.
Yes. We last 2 years we've had no dog, and it's like and if you can come up, if anybody's listening can figure out how to teach dog, that's great. I don't think you can necessarily, but you got to have a little dog in you if you're gonna win. Like you got to have a little, like, you know, I'm gonna rip your hand off kind of thing.
Exactly. And so, you know, I think that, you know, getting your kids to buy into that side of the ball too. We selectively press. Don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here like I don't press, but I've never, in the state of Tennessee, in my 30 years here, I've seen one time that a press mattered to a state championship.
Right.
Never mattered. Never mattered.
It's on a bigger court too. You probably play in a college court too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
we play the championships at middle. Yeah,
so that bigger court makes it harder to press. It does. It's like I learned that the hard way. Is there one coaching moment? Is there one like thing that we could dive into for our young coaches? Something, a success, a failure? Is there one moment in your coaching career that we could dive into that they might take a little bit from? Something that happened to you, something happened to your team.
You know, it happened again this year. In fact, I talked to my team afterwards about it. There's those moments that you're in the heat of a battle, you're in a competitive game, and your kids are doing nothing right. Nothing. There's nothing going on. And it's in those moments that it's hardest for me to be positive. Because here's why. You're going to get got onto in our program because it's something that it's a mistake we made. We've done it. We've drilled it multiple times. It's something that is paramount to our program, and you're still doing it. So then it becomes I can't or I won't, and neither one of them are going to work.
Right.
So I had that moment come up before, and I blasted my kids, just trying to pull some extra energy out. It was like day 3 of a 3-day tournament, and there's just nothing in the tank.
Right.
And I had that happen. And I literally dug on them so hard trying to pull out a little bit more. And you know what? It failed. It did not work. Okay, we get to the NACA National Championships. We're in the last game. Day 4, game 4. We are playing a team that I think we're superior to. We are doing nothing right. Nothing. We can't take the ball out. We can't throw it ahead. I'll look up, we'll have 2 shooters in the same corner. I mean, it's just fundamental stuff from October of day one. And here I go again at halftime. I'm lighting them up. We're going to get a little bit more out, only because I wanted them to get to win their last game.
Right.
Win your last game. You know, I've felt that. Not a lot of people have.
Right.
And I'm wanting them to feel so bad that I did the same thing again. I went to this, I mean, not berating negative, just fired up. I mean, let's go. You are better than that. You know, just all this stuff. And you know what? I got the exact same result I got 5 years earlier when I told myself, when I get to this moment again, I don't know what I'll do, but it won't be that.
Right.
And I did it again. And I think sometimes you just got to go, look, you know, if I had it to do over, I'd have called timeout and said, look, girls, I'm tired. You're tired. We're better than this crew. Let's go win the next 8 minutes and see what happens.
Right.
And see if we're there. I should have approached it different.
And what I do is that point too. It's like what I've learned over time too. And don't get me wrong, I lit my guys up this summer once, and it didn't really work. It kind of worked. Guys are a little bit different, but I try to break it up. So like we play halves, but if there's a quarter left and we're down 10, we're not. You know, I say, okay, by the 4-minute mark, let's get this to 4. You know. I give them little micro goals to do. It's like, we can do this.
Yeah.
We're not gonna get it all back. There's no 10-point play, guys. You know, we're gonna get this back. You know, let's take this little piece, and if they reach that goal, then their eyes get really big. It's like, I told you. Now here we go. Now we're gonna do this and this and this.
Hey everybody, thanks for listening. If you'd like to support us, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. Also, subscribe and like. We do appreciate those. Have a great day.
NFL football season is here, which means when you switch to Verizon, it feels like touchdown, because you get NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube on us when you buy an eligible 5G phone on select unlimited plans, which means you can watch every out-of-market game every Sunday afternoon, and it's all on us. Now that's the Verizon way to kick off the NFL football season right. Switch and get NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube on us, only with Verizon.
I'm not giving up. I am selling the building.
The final season of FX's The Bear.
The restaurant is flooded.
Everything's either going to be okay.
No, stop.
Or not.
We are outgunned and we are outmanned, but we have each other.
FX's The Bear, the final season. All episodes now streaming on Disney+.